going to share with you my TBR, all the books that I've read during the month of April. And I gotta tell you, I feel pretty accomplished. During the first half of April, I was sort of on a reading slump. I didn't have anything that I found that kept my attention, so reading was a little bit slow for the month. But I did manage to read five books in the whole month, which I think is pretty good, especially considering the length of the books. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and explain this to you. So the first book, it is Beautiful Creatures by Margaret Stohl and Kami Garcia. And this book I didn't like very much. It follows Lena, and she is a caster. She lives in a small town in the South of America. And she's trying to come to terms with the fact that she is about to have her coming of age within the caster community, and she does not know if she's going to be dark or light, which is a problem because apparently none of the other people have gotten a choice out of it, so you either are or not, and there's nothing you can do about it. And the whole story, it's about her and this wonderful guy, Ethan, that tries to help her find a way. And there's romance and stuff like that. And overall, I love the premise, but I did not like the book in itself. I wouldn't pick up the second book. I didn't like it. I don't think it's one of the ones that completely wowed you, and I was expecting so much more from it. Because it's sort of like a Cursed Lovers and Star-Crossed Lovers and all that kind of good stuff that you think it will make you want to read more, but it was actually one of those that you dread to have to go back to reading because, oh my god, here we go again, the heroine, it's whiny. It feels like the guy is always the one carrying the weight, and she is just not doing anything and leaving everything and anything to fate or whatever it is that's coming for her, which is a lot more complicated as you find out in the end. But I love a book that has a journey, and this one just felt like it was in the same place from beginning to end, so I didn't like that. Second book I read is Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is an amazing book. I'm just gonna leave you to it. This one's about another couple. However, this one is very, very different because they actually live in other planets in the galaxy. And they just picked up the worst day to break up, didn't they? Because Katie and Ezra just broke up when their planet is being invaded and bombarded and everything is going to hell. They both managed to make it to one of the evacuation ships that sought to rescue them, but things have gotten complicated. There's going to be a virus and a machine and a lot of stuff going on, and just when you think it can get worse, it does, which is something that I love about a book. It completely finishes in a place that you wouldn't be able to have pegged. There are characters all over the place. I love Aiden, and if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. It's sort of a love-hate relationship with him all the time, because at first you just hate him for what he does, but at the end you sort of understand it in a very weird, sort of dark kind of way. But it's very cool to always try to understand the bad person, the why, the negative characters, the ones that make you hate them the most and you can't wait to die, but then come full circle and you understand them, and then those are the ones that you love the most, which is incredible that an author can do that, and I love, love, love it when they do. Okay, rant over. Pick that one up. It's amazing. I love it, and the second book should be coming out this year. It's Gemina, and it's the sequel to this one. So very, very, very nice, especially for having two authors. They completely may read the book in a way that makes you feel like there's just one person writing it. You don't see the parallels. You just see the one story. So they did a perfect, perfect job, you guys. I'm super excited that I picked that one up. And as you can see, it's a very chunky book. However, most of the pages are in blank or something like that. I did a full review of it because I'm trying not to babble too much about it, but I did a full review of it, so I'll link it down below if you guys want to see that one. Fourth book is Requiem by Victoria Aveyard, and this book is also amazing. I am so happy I picked it up. It took me a while to actually go past the first chapter because it was... But in the end, I actually did finish up reading it. So this one is about Mare, and Mare is a red in a world of silvers, meaning she bleeds red, and that is a bad thing because silvers rule the world that she lives in, and she lives in the stilts. And there's going to be very many things that are going to change her life. She doesn't know if it's for the better or for the worst. And by the end of this book, you don't know either. So definitely will pick it up if you're in the mood for something that is romantic, sort of in the middle of the royal. So there's going to be a lot of intrigue, a lot of mystery, a lot of backstabbing. And at the same time, it's in a dystopian world. So if you like that kind of book, definitely pick this up. You're in for a trip. I actually picked this up, and I am about to start the second one in the series. So that should be an indicator that I really liked it. The fourth book is Fallen by Lauren Kate. And like I said in my review of this book was very conflicted because I liked the premise, but I didn't like the story, how it unfolded, and how most of the book you don't have anything concrete explained it to you, which drives me cuckoo. So I won't just talk about way too much about it. This one is just about Luz and Daniel. Another couple, another star-crossed lovers kind of thing, a little bit more complicated, a lot more to do with faith, and not something that I would love to read again. For instance, I'm pretty sure since I own this book, I won't be picking it up any other time. It's just gonna stay on my shelf and look pretty. But I will pick up the second book. Even though I didn't very much like this one, I still want to try and see if I'm going to be surprised by the second book in the series, and this one was sort of an introductory kind of way. So I still want to know a little bit more about the story. I wouldn't pick up this one myself again. If you wanted to read something like that, definitely go ahead and do that. But I myself find that I don't think I will hold that one again. I will try and get the second one series, which is Torment, and of course it seems like a lot of people like it, or there wouldn't be such a large series as it is. I count 5, but there might be 6 books in the series so far, so it must draw some people. It just didn't draw me completely, but still kept me curious enough to pick up the second one, which is good enough, I believe. And the last book is Listen to Me by Kristen Proby. I love Kristen Proby. Let me preface what I'm about to say with the fact that I love this author. She has written very many a series that I am completely a fan of. And some of them I like more than others. Let's get real. You're not gonna like everything an author writes, but you're gonna like most of them. Unfortunately, this one for me was one of the ones that I did not like. I'm not gonna do a complete review of it because I don't want to go into it with more detail, but if you haven't read anything from Kristen Proby, definitely go ahead and pick it up. If you are one of those completely focused fans of Kristen Proby who's read everything and anything that she puts out there, then I, in that case, was a bit disappointed because it didn't feel like these characters were a person on their own. It felt like I was seeing some of the other characters that she's created along the way, so there were a mix of them all. The other ones I used to love because they were so focused on themselves in a way that you could see the character completely different from anybody else, and they all had their own things and their own quirky things. This one, however, does not. I see a lot of the other characters mixed into this one in a way that doesn't make me think of them as individuals, but just a mix of the other ones. So that's why I didn't enjoy it. It was okay. I mean, it's a nice love story that has its ups and downs like every other romance, and in a contemporary romance kind of thing, I kind of liked it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars because I don't see the characters I don't see the characters like I know she can make them. But it doesn't mean that I'm not going to read anything else from her because she's one of my favorite contemporary romance authors out there, and just because I didn't like the one doesn't mean I'm not gonna like the other ones. So there you go. That's all that. Those are my 5 wrap-up books. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will go ahead and link the reviews down below, and just stay tuned for the Red Queen review as well. There's going to be one more up there. It's going to be the Fallen one. So I will definitely check up with you guys later. I'll come back with more reviews as far as I read this month. And as always, keep reading, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.